The Bee, Buzz's Sweet Dream. Once upon a time in a colorful meadow, there lived a little bee named Buzz. Buzz wasn't just any bee, he was a small, bright yellow bee with black stripes and big, curious eyes. From the moment he hatched from his tiny egg, Buzz had one big dream: to make the sweetest honey in the entire hive. Every morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, Buzz would wake up with excitement buzzing in his heart. He would stretch his wings, ready to start another day of adventure. But today felt special. Today, Buzz had a plan. He wanted to collect the best pollen and nectar to create the finest honey ever tasted. "Buzz, are you ready for another day of collecting?" called his best friend, Bella, a cheerful bee with shimmering wings. "I sure am," replied Buzz, his eyes sparkling with determination. "Today, I'm going to find the sweetest flowers and make the best honey ever." Buzz and Bella flew high above the meadow, where flowers danced in the gentle breeze. The meadow was alive with colors: reds, yellows, blues, and pinks. Buzz had learned from his elders that the best honey came from the sweetest flowers, so he was on a mission. "Look over there!" Bella exclaimed, pointing to a patch of vibrant orange flowers. "Those look delicious." Buzz zoomed over to the flowers, carefully landing on the soft petals. He extended his little tongue and began to sip the sweet nectar. "Mmm. This is amazing," he said, his wings fluttering with delight. After filling his little pouch with nectar, Buzz noticed something shimmering on a nearby flower. "What's that?" he wondered aloud. He flew closer and discovered a beautiful blue butterfly resting on a daisy. "Hello, little bee," the butterfly greeted. "I'm Vivi. What brings you to these flowers?" "I'm Buzz. I'm collecting nectar to make the sweetest honey in my hive," he replied proudly. The butterfly smiled. "If you're looking for sweetness, you should visit the Rainbow Garden. It's filled with the most delicious flowers." Buzz's heart raced with excitement. "The Rainbow Garden? I've heard stories about it." "Thank you, Bella." He turned to Bella, his bee friend. "Let's go." Buzz and Bella flew as fast as their wings could carry them, navigating through the meadow until they finally arrived at the legendary Rainbow Garden. It was even more beautiful than Buzz had imagined. Flowers of every color imaginable bloomed in abundance, and a sweet fragrance filled the air. "Wow! Look at all those flowers!" Buzz exclaimed, his eyes wide with wonder. "Let's get to work," Bella said, buzzing with excitement. Buzz and Bella spent hours collecting nectar, moving from flower to flower. They danced in the air, enjoying the warmth of the sun and the gentle sway of the blossoms. Buzz felt a sense of joy and purpose as he filled his pouch with nectar from the sweetest flowers in the garden. As they worked, Buzz noticed a group of bees from a neighboring hive. They were larger and seemed to be collecting nectar more quickly. Buzz felt a pang of doubt. "What if they make better honey than I do?" he whispered to Bella. "Don't worry, Buzz. It's not about how fast you collect, it's about the quality of the nectar you gather," Bella reassured him. "You're doing great." With renewed determination, Buzz continued to collect nectar, and soon he felt his pouch was full. "I think we've gathered enough," he said, beaming with pride. Buzz and Bella began their journey back to the hive, their hearts full of excitement. As they flew over the meadow, they chatted about all the amazing flowers they had seen and the nectar they had collected. "I can't wait to see what our honey will taste like," Buzz said, buzzing with enthusiasm. But as they neared the hive, dark clouds began to gather in the sky. Buzz felt a chill in the air. "Oh, Bella. It looks like a storm is coming," he exclaimed. "Let's hurry." Bella replied, her wings beating with urgency. They flew faster, but just as they reached the entrance of the hive, the first raindrops began to fall. Buzz and Bella hurried inside, just as the rain poured down. Buzz felt a mix of relief and worry. What if the rain washes away the sweetness of the flowers, he wondered. Inside the hive, Buzz was greeted by the warm, buzzing sounds of his fellow bees. They were busy working, preparing for the storm. Honeycomb was being filled with nectar, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of honey. "Buzz! You're back just in time," called Queen Bee, her voice strong and comforting. "We need all hands on deck to help store the nectar." Buzz nodded eagerly. "I brought back nectar from the rainbow garden," he announced, feeling proud. "Excellent," said Queen Bee. "Let's get to work, everyone. We need to turn that nectar into honey before the storm gets worse." Buzz joined his fellow bees in the honey-making process. They worked tirelessly, fanning their wings to evaporate the water from the nectar until it transformed into golden honey. Buzz watched in awe as the thick, sweet substance filled the honeycomb. As the storm raged outside, Buzz and Bella worked alongside their hive mates. They laughed and sang, their spirits high despite the rain. Buzz felt a sense of camaraderie with the other bees, all working together for a common goal. After hours, the storm finally began to subside. The rain slowed to a gentle drizzle, and the sun peeked out from behind the clouds. Buzz looked around at the hive, now filled with jars of golden honey. "Look at all this honey!" Buzz exclaimed, his heart swelling with pride. "We did it." Queen Bee smiled. "Yes, Buzz. Thanks to your hard work and determination, we have created something truly special." Once the storm had passed, the hive buzzed with excitement. It was time for the bees to taste the honey they had created. Buzz could hardly contain his excitement. "I can't wait to try it," he said, his wings buzzing with anticipation. Queen Bee gathered all the bees together. "Today, we celebrate our hard work and the sweet reward we've created. Let's taste our honey." One by one, the bees dipped their tiny tongues into the honeycomb. Buzz watched as their eyes lit up with joy. Finally, it was Buzz's turn. He took a deep breath and dipped his tongue into the golden honey. "Mmm," he exclaimed, his eyes widening. "This is the sweetest honey I've ever tasted." The other bees cheered, buzzing with delight. "Hooray for Buzz and his hard work," they shouted. As the celebration continued, Buzz felt a sense of accomplishment wash over him. He had worked hard, collected the finest nectar, and contributed to the hive's success. His dream of making the sweetest honey had come true. "Buzz, you did an amazing job today," Bella said, fluttering her wings in excitement. "Thanks, Bella. I couldn't have done it without your encouragement," Buzz replied, feeling grateful for his friend. That night, as the stars twinkled in the sky, Buzz lay in his little cell in the hive, reflecting on the day's events. He felt proud of what he had achieved and knew that he wanted to continue making honey. His dream had only just begun. In the days that followed, Buzz continued to explore the meadow, always on the lookout for new flowers and exciting adventures. He visited the rainbow garden again and discovered new types of flowers he hadn't seen before. With each new adventure, Buzz learned more about the art of nectar collection and honey making. He experimented with different flowers, discovering which ones produced the sweetest nectar. His friends joined him, and together they created new flavors of honey that amazed the entire hive. Buzz also learned about the importance of teamwork. He saw how every bee in the hive played a role in their success. Whether collecting nectar, tending to the queen, or making honey, each bee was essential to the hive's happiness and prosperity. One day, Buzz heard exciting news from Queen Bee. "We will be hosting the annual honey festival, where hives from all over the meadow will compete to see who can make the best honey," she announced. Buzz's heart raced. This was his chance to showcase the honey he had helped create. "I want to enter the contest," Buzz declared. Queen Bee smiled. "That's the spirit, Buzz. You've worked hard, and I believe you have a wonderful chance to win." Buzz spent the next few weeks preparing for the festival. He gathered nectar from the finest flowers, carefully selecting the best for his honey. He practiced with his friends, creating a special recipe that combined different floral flavors. The day of the honey festival finally arrived. Buzz and his fellow bees buzzed with excitement as they made their way to the festival grounds. Colorful banners decorated the area, and stalls filled with jars of honey lined the path. As they arrived, Buzz saw hives from all over the meadow. The competition was fierce, with many talented bees showcasing their honey. Buzz felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. When it was time for the judges to taste the honey, Buzz took a deep breath. "I can do this," he whispered to himself. With Bella by his side, he approached the judges' table, where the head judge, a wise old bee named Mr. Bumbles, awaited. "Welcome, young bees. Let's see what you've brought today," Mr. Bumbles said, smiling warmly. Buzz presented his jar of honey with pride. "This honey is made from nectar collected from the rainbow garden. It has a blend of floral flavors that I hope you will enjoy." The judges took a taste, their eyes lighting up with delight. "This is wonderful," one of them exclaimed. "The flavors are exquisite." After all the honey had been tasted, the judges gathered to announce the winners. Buzz's heart raced with anticipation. He looked around at the buzzing crowd, filled with hope and excitement. "And the winner of this year's honey festival is Buzz the Bee," Mr. Bumbles announced, his voice booming. Buzz couldn't believe his ears. "Me?" he exclaimed, his wings fluttering with joy. The crowd erupted in cheers, and Bella hugged him tightly. "You did it, Buzz," she shouted, her face beaming with pride. As Buzz accepted his award, he felt a rush of happiness. This was a dream come true, not just for him but for all the bees in his hive. They had worked together, and their teamwork had paid off. After the festival, Buzz decided to share his victory with everyone in the hive. He organized a special honey feast, inviting all the bees to join in the celebration. They gathered in the hive, and the air was filled with laughter and joy. "Let's enjoy the fruits of our labor," Buzz announced, pouring honey into tiny cups for everyone to taste. The bees buzzed with delight as they savored the sweet, golden honey. "This honey is even better with friends," Buzz said, smiling at his fellow bees. They cheered, raising their cups in celebration. As time passed, Buzz continued to collect nectar and make honey. He shared his knowledge with younger bees, teaching them the importance of hard work, teamwork, and following their dreams. The hive flourished, and Buzz became a respected member of the community. Buzz's adventures inspired other bees to explore new flowers and create unique honey flavors. The hive became known for its delicious honey, attracting bees from far and wide.